Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ranking Discographies. In this episode, I'm going to be ranking Inquisition's full lengths. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're familiar with Inquisition, but if you're not, they're a black metal band based out of the States. I think their original starting point was in Colombia or some shit like that. But for the most part, they're pretty much considered a U.S. black metal band. So we'll leave it at that. So yeah, Inquisition. I had gotten several requests to do Inquisition, not too long ago. I got a request for a lot of bands, but Inquisition's just one of those bands that I really wanted to do. And I know Jake over at Sedition Through Scorns, I know he'll really appreciate this video. So, yeah. So Inquisition has 7 full lengths. So this is going to be a relatively short video. Now, Inquisition, I'm not going to lie. Inquisition are very consistent. And when I say consistent, I mean as much as we love Inquisition, a lot of their stuff sounds the same. So I'm not really gonna go into details about each album. I'm just gonna kind of be like, yeah, this is this album. This is where I'm ranking it. I may say a couple things about the album here and there, but for the most part, it's gonna be very brief. So don't really expect me to say too much about each album. Nobody gives a shit anyways, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, like I said, Inquisition has 7 full lengths. Now, I have all their full lengths except for one, and it just so happens that number 7 is the one I don't have. So yeah, number 7 is going to be Obscure Verses for the Multiverse, which is their 2000, I don't remember the year. I think it was 13 or 14, something like that. Obscure Verses for the Multiverse, in my opinion, is their weakest full length. I know a lot of people will agree with me on that. It just not as strong compared to their other full lengths. So, still a good album, just very, weak compared to their other full lengths. So yeah, number 7 is Obscure Verses for the Multiverse. And that's kind of why I put off buying it too. So, because it's my least favorite. So yeah. All right, number 6. Number 6. I think I said number 6. Yeah, number 6 is Nefarious Dismal Orations. Again, a very good album, just not one of my favorites. That's why it's lower on the list. So yeah, not really much else to say. That was number 6. Number 5 is their newest full length from last year, Bloodshed Across the Empyrean Altar, Beyond the Celestial Zenith. So yeah, I mean, this was definitely a step in the right direction compared to Obscure Verses for the Multiverse. This album is like 10 times better than that record. So yeah, they definitely took a turn for the better with this album. Definitely go check this out if you haven't. This is one of the ones you missed last year. Then definitely go back and give it a listen. So yeah. That's number 5, Bloodshed Across the Empyrean Altar, Beyond the Celestial Zenith. Alright. Number 4, and I've got the list pulled up on my computer here so I don't forget. Number 4 is Magnificent Glorification of Lucifer. So yeah, this one I couldn't keep the records in the sleeve because they pop out, so I'll pull it out so you guys can see the back and shit. So yeah, really, really, really good album. It's got a couple of my favorites on here, which are Crush the Jewish Prophet and Dark Mutilation Rites. So yeah, you know, just like I said, not a whole lot to say. Inquisition, you know, has a formula for all their fucking albums, and they follow it, and it's usually a success. So yeah. Very good album. So that is number 4 with Magnificent Glorification of Lucifer. And number 3. Now, I know a lot of people rank this as their best album. But I just I couldn't put this at number 1. This is Invoking the Majestic Throne of Satan at number 3. Shit. I think this was the first Inquisition album I heard. That was also when I wasn't too big on Inquisition. So yeah. I pulled it out because that's the original album cover right there. So yeah. Yeah, this is just a fucking just crushing fucking album, man. It speaks for itself. So yeah. Invoking the Majestic Throne of Satan at number 3. At number 2 is Into the Infernal Regions of the Ancient Cult. Really, really, really good album. This is just a really, really good debut album. Definitely one of the best black metal debut albums in my opinion. It's got my all-time favorite Inquisition track, which is, what's it called? I know what it's called. The Initiation, yeah, I drew a fucking blank, but yeah. The Initiation, God, I love that track. I could listen to that track on loop, nonstop, and not get tired of it. So yeah. It's the Infernal Regions of the Ancient Cult at number 2. And of course, number 1, I would say this album and is probably tied with Invoking the Majestic Throne of Satan as the album that you know people go back and forth, you know, between as what's Inquisition's best album. But in my opinion, this is their best album. Ominous Doctrines of the Perpetual Mystical Macrocosm. But yeah, man, this is just a perfect 10 out of 10 album. Astral Path to Supreme Majesties. That's one of my favorite Inquisition tracks. And then, of course, it's got the fan favorite, Desolate Funeral Chant. So, can't really go wrong with this album. If you're new to Inquisition, I actually highly recommend you start with this album. So, yeah. And there's the album artwork. So, yeah. Not really much else to say. So yeah, number 1, Ominous Doctrines of the Perpetual Mystical Macrocosm. Or however the fuck you're supposed to pronounce that last word. Alright, so yeah, that is it. That's my ranking of Inquisition's full lengths. As always, you guys can put your rankings in the description. So yeah. I don't really do these. This is the first time I've done an episode of ranking discographies in a while. I'm not sure when the next one will be, but I always say that if you guys have a suggestion, you can throw it in the comments, and you can if you want. I make no promises that I'll do it, because I originally stated that when I first started this little series that I would only do discographies that I was very familiar with, you know, so, and that I felt comfortable doing. So, yeah. But yeah, that's it. And another thing, and this pertains to the giveaway that I just did. I just shipped out all four of the prizes out to the winners this morning. So if any of my four winners are watching, your shit is on its way. So yeah, and I think there was one guy who ordered from Spain. He was one of my winners was from Spain. So your thing's probably gonna take a little bit longer. It'll probably take up to a couple weeks. It really just depends. So, but yeah, but the other three guys should get theirs within the next few days. But yeah, fuck. That's all I got. Take it easy, guys. See you in the next video.